putting this together just because I've heard people not really knowing how to navigate SWK, so I'm just taking this time to make it a little bit of a navigation log, if you will. So this is lot 2. This is where I'm starting, and this basically will be about a 7 to 8 mile loop. Probably takes about 45 minutes depending on of riding time, depending on how fast you're going. But it's a nice little loop because it kind of hits every trail that's in SWK and provides like kind of somewhat of a flow to navigate versus just the constantly doing circles or but I don't know colors as well as I do trail names, so I apologize. You can kind of see, just making my way through, I start out this way just because it allows me kind of to warm up. But eventually we'll make our way back to the west through the backside of SWK. So this looks like it's gray. It's kind of a little start. April 24th at the time of this video, so it's nice. The just now starting to become green. Temps are decent still. When I edit this, I'll try and make that 45-minute ride down to about 15 minutes, just to kind of give you the intersections and which way to turn. But the ride will start out on the double track here, in which we'll pick up Jackrabbit, which it looks like is white. So then what I do is I turn right here on Butterburger, which I don't know what color this is. Then I make the left-hand turn off of Butterburger back to the double track. like I said, what I like about this route, I guess, is that it kind of breaks up the harder effort areas to just being able to relax and catch your breath on a double track. So you could really put this all together non-stop if you really wanted to. All right, then we come up on the split, we'll go right, because to the left there was the backside of Jackrabbit. This is just basically the continuation of the double track. Just me, guys. Out to the back lot, backyard. Now that little entrance there is where you come out if you cross the river. But we're gonna actually do a total loop within the back lot. So you'll get all the trails. And we'll just basically come out the way we went in. And if you didn't want to go up this up, just to the right there is the double track, which will come around and meet up with this trail, which is blue, light blue. So as we come into the back lot, I usually make the right-hand turn here. Do the plateau. Now as we come out of the plateau, back to where we started, we'll turn right. And this is what we refer to as the beach, because it is just that, all sand. And in the summer it gets really loose because it's so dry. We'll take a right, head out toward Colossus. Now as we come into the backside here, I go right just because I like the flow of it, but you can go either way. It's just a circle, and we'll just go out the way we came back in. If you make that right turn there, that'll take you across the creek and back up to the double track. And we're just going to make a full loop out of this. Now as we come back out to the beach, we're going to turn right. This just kind of loops around, and once you get to the bottom, just follow it to the right. And I like to go left here. No reason. Just makes for the complete circuit as we cross the breach here. And this is always a good spot just for a breather. All right, after a little breather, we're basically just gonna head right back where we came from. Now as we come back to the intersection, I'll just go right. Sometimes I'll go left and do Butterburger and Jackrabbit together, but today I'll just stick on what looks like gray or whatever. Still call it Jackrabbit. Now as we come to the end of Jackrabbit, you can either peel off to the left to the double track, or you take a little bit more of a suffering route going up the hill, which is still easier than going up the hill the other way. And then we're back to the double track. This whole area right up here that they're clearing out is what I believe is going to be a future skills area right in here. With a drop, some other features, so it's pretty exciting. So as we head back, we're gonna go left this time. Looks like this is purple. It's kind of the Jump Valley area. Hey guys. How you doing? And then we're gonna make a left at the intersection, kind of head our way back toward lot 2. So this is kind of where we started. And this would be what I still call Bearcat, but this is red. Basically it's the frontage road trail. There's lot 2. We're just gonna basically take this all the way down. All right, the camera died halfway through, but we just came, you can see it out there. It's kind of the left exit from Bearcat. You can take the inner and combine it up with where we're gonna head, but I like to come out here and just breathe. All right, so this is lot 1. A lot of people probably park here. I just always parked in lot 2, no real rhyme or reason. As we enter into the double track, what I'll do is I'll veer to the right and head over to Vortex. Whereas if you stayed in the inner, you would join up right here if you didn't go out to the road like I did. I don't know, this looks silver or gray too. I can't tell what color is what. And Vortex is just a loop, so you just stay to the right. And this spits us out what I call the quarry. So I turn right here. And this will spit us out into another one of the main intersections where you can take, I think it's green, but I call it Anaconda, or Vertical Velocity. All right, so I don't know why my camera keeps dying. If you're gonna get a camera, get an Insta360. Anyway, we came out from there. Here's the intersection I was talking about, Anaconda. This is the end of Does Not Exist. But we're gonna head this way. Back to the double track and make a left, and then we're going to make this immediate right into Bandito, which looks like it's pink. And if my camera dies, we're just taking Bandito to the end. Just me, man. Thanks, bud. There's a heart attack hill here. All right, so as we come out of Bandito, or Pink, I'll make the right turn. And it's a nice relaxing kind of part of the ride. It's just, it's a Kentucky Rambler. but I think it's orange. All right, now as we finish up orange, we'll come back out to the intersection in which, if you want, you can go left and kind of take Bandito back the other direction, which I do a lot. Otherwise, you can take the easy route, take the right-hand turn, continue on Kentucky Rambler or Orange, which will take you back to the main double track. So we took a left at the double track, and we're basically paralleling what we just did in Bandito or Pink. Just to our left right here will be the entrance to Bandito or Pink, where we just went, and back to the intersection, which this time we're going to go straight across to Green or Anaconda, probably one of the most well-known trails here. Thanks, man. All right, this is the High Line. I love come across the trail. It just flows so much nicer. Look at the whoops here. So as we come out of Anaconda or Green, it's kind of the intersection. I like to go left right away and take this back out to the double track. This is kind of, if you remember where we started the ride, to head back to the back lot, but then we turned that way. So now we're just going straight to the double track, in which this will take us to does not exist. The beauty about SWK is it rained a ton just the other day. This place soaks up water so well, unlike Palos where you gotta wait days to ride. So this does not exist. I'll try and look at a tree, see what color it is. Looks like gold, maybe? Brown, I can't tell. Take the drop cut off here. Now as we come to the end of Does Not Exist, you can either go straight out to the double track or highly recommend taking the Does Not Exist extension to the left here. We did some work on it and it really is a great flowing trail now. Which takes us back to the intersection of Anaconda. That's where we came from the quarry. We're just going to go straight. And this is yellow, I guess, but it eventually runs us into vertical velocity going east to west. And this is where I'm going to take a break. Or yellow. Now eventually, hopefully, we'll just be able to go straight right over that mound right there and not have to make the turn, and it'll come right here. That would be fantastic. Possibly a future plan. All right, so here's the exit of vertical Anaconda. Kind of making our way back toward the front. I always like to kind of go through here. This heads into Jump Valley, whatever you call it. Red. I'm not a jumper. Don't get excited, but you'll at least to see the line if you are one. I'd love to table that, but yeah, 51 years old. Shit takes a while to heal now. I just kind of do like a little loop up through. Kind of covers that area, adds a couple more miles. Then we kind of are back again to where it all started. If you just want some sort of a loop to follow to get all the trails in a pretty efficient manner, I find that one to be pretty good. And you can see that was basically just about, I started the watch late, but it was just about 40 minutes of ride time at just over 7.5 miles.